I thought we were leaving that thing here and not touching it just so nothing can happen to it. We might be pulling the motor out of this thing right now if it's fucked up.
But you know,
So, this is our problem with life here, buddy. All our buddies out there. This is like nonsense. Like, I'm supposed to be doing whatever I'm supposed to be doing, and then like, here comes an aluminum-headed fucking 81 Malibu with a fucking tunnel ram on it, with a 3D 3-stroker, supposedly with 1,000 miles, with aluminum heads and a roller cam, and all kind of shit. Instead of fucking with shit that we should be fucking with. And this is, whose fault is this? This is that king shit dude's fault. So I saw this and I was like, huh, shit box. And here we are. Shit box. This thing's a hunk of shit box. So
just small block with a stroker kit in it, aluminum heads, a roller cam.
That's what supposedly is the rumor.
Dual carbs on it. What size carbs are those?
600 Hollies probably. They're probably adjusted all motherfucked up. So I don't know. He said the car they bought the carbs brand new, and then never fucked with it. But I don't know. We need to definitely disconnect the batteries and all that shit before I start getting willy-nilly here and ripping shit off.
Got a full interior though.
Well, like, I was like, it's got a back seat for
Got a trans brake.
Oh man, it actually sounded like it was hooked up.
I think it is.
Well, see, so let's go back to our biggest problem we have to date that we know so far with the shitbox Malibu. Stock rear end.
10 bolt.
Stock 10 volt. So I'm pretty sure that ain't holding up. So I mean, the trans brake isn't exactly an option. Oh god. Oh no, that stupid jack's a piece of shit. So supposedly the dude's spending $1 million on this motor, built to the max small block, as they say, as he say. Supposedly 1,000 miles. Nobody's ever had it running right. It runs like shit right now. I mean, it's literally on 6 cylinders at the most at this point of life. But
like, it's so bad he drove in and just said fuck it, put it in the air, we're not even going to let it run and put it on video.
Yeah,
it's that bad. It wouldn't even do a burnout. We tried.
It's got a couple exhaust leaks that are horrible and they sound god awful, and things running like just like 5 cylinders. So who knows what the plugs look like. So hopefully we're about to do a quick compression check, and I guess we're gonna see. It was pretty much as is deal. I tried making a stipulation that as long as I take it back and it has compression, and he said if you drive away in it, it's yours. And here we are.
But the shitbox Malibu's pretty damn clean. We're gonna change the rims on it for sure. Oh, look at that guy.
Yeah, we gotta get these fucking wheels off, but oh my god, get the fucking skid steer in the golf cart right now for the other disciple seats to be on the stage. I mean, right now. We don't even know where the golf cart's at. Huh? You heard me? Yeah, this is not ridiculous. I mean, some kind of aluminum heads. I don't know what we have yet. This dude is, what in the fuck is going on here with this dude's wiring shit? The wiring definitely could use some attention and will need to be addressed. That's no question. But I mean, it's got some good products in it. It looks like crap. A lot of shit. They just put a new alternator in it. Diane swoop up. So I don't know. We're gonna pull the plugs out. See how they look. Pull the headers off. You saw glass cleaner in the caddy or right there.
Citrus glass cleaner.
Is that what that says?
1990.
Huh. So yeah.
8.
I mean, I'm already seeing a lot of fucked up wiring, which I expected when I saw this and started touching the gauges. We might be pulling the motor out of this thing right now if it's fucked up. Hell no. Oh, the valve covered out of there, ain't it? Jeez. Hopefully, this valve cover, little tapper. Of course, all my hammers are non-existent. I have all this other shit that I should be doing. Should be working on the sweeper. Instead, playing around with an 81 Malibu. I mean, it's basically give the people what they want, but it's ridiculous. So, okay, go crank it faster. Huh. Interesting. We knew we had a little bit of an issue, but we don't know yet. Had compressions and it didn't, so. I guess we'll start playing around, pulling the rest of this shit apart and see what we come up with. Definitely the valves are all motherfucking out of whack. They don't have something going on.
This one just.
Well, that's good. It's not even they put a different rocker on it and broke the thing.
Bit hot, but that one's sideways and it's questionable. But that one's for sure. I would say push rod. Yeah.
Well, it definitely needs a valve right there. That's funny. Almost already having to pull the valves out of the heads off. This valve's destroyed. You know, I told dude, I'm like, I have 10 or 12 motors apart. Like, I don't want to have to pull engines apart. And that's why he was so eager to say if I wanted to. So the biggest problem we have right now is these motherfucking stupid ass stud girdles that they have on here is what's fucked this whole motor up.
We've only had the car an hour.
Yeah. So we need to pull every rocker off.
So far we determined that the guys were welded together. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, somebody cut them and welded them together, which is how.
And they're not supposed to look like that.
They're definitely not supposed to look like that. They're supposed to be flat.
So
They're supposed to look more like this.
that looks like a decent one. Is that a welded one?
They're all welded.
They're all welded.
So we'll have to check. I don't believe these are, but they make them so they're staggered. To where you do that and weld them, but I don't believe that's the case on them.
Nice.
Well, we know we should pull the heads off.
Or if we're going to.
I just don't. Oh, definitely a couple of the valves are fucked. So I mean, realistically, we need to just probably pull the heads. But that's not going to be make us do burnouts by morning.
We got to do burnouts by morning.
Well, if we pull the heads off, that's why he can't come to the shop. If he doesn't, we'll change the locks and we'll make up excuses of why he can't come here. And if we have to, we'll push this thing outside over there and put a tarp on it, and you just won't need to blend in with all good. Oh. And that's it. I guess I'm gonna go get Scooter's little fucking little camera thing, and then we'll stick that bitch in a few things and see what is going on. The whole problem here is that apparently the intake valves are moved.
Spark plugs don't look too good.
Which means they have pretty big valves. So we're gonna do a leak down test first and see. I mean, if it, I don't know, we have to do a leak down test, and the leak down test will show you which, you know, we'll put which puts air to it, so we'll be able to see is air coming out the exhaust or the intake, meaning it has a bent valve or something. Which we know the tops are fucked, but I don't know. We should probably pull the heads off, but like I said, that's not gonna have us doing burn-offs by morning, so we're gonna make another determination. Always trying to catch me riding dirty, huh?
Always.
I'm just, you know, obviously clean up the moment things. Shit's all fucked up, but we're gonna bandage it together for now because we need to pull the heads off and change a few valves, but we're not doing that right now. We're gonna put it back together. We had 2 broken push rods. All the other push rods were out of adjustment because people don't know how to adjust shit. We thought we needed offset rockers and they didn't put offset rockers on it, but come to find out it does have offset rockers on it. Even the stupid blue one that's over there that was a mismatch that I just had to grind some things off to make fit.
But it was offset.
Yeah, so we we're putting it back together. We have some big block push rods, 7/16 and not 3/8. They're a little bit taller. These ones in here are like an 8.20. Those are probably like an 8.25, but
it should be good. We got some guide plates to fix.
a little cattywomp. We're gonna fix a couple of them bitches.
You know, it wouldn't be a disciple's car if it didn't already get some new shoes in the front.
Those just kind of snuck on there. I'm like, what happened? Paper towel, please. We're gonna do one little more PB blast. Fucking brake parts clean on these things and put the headers on and start getting the glue out and glue them bitches on because that's how we roll with our TV.
Oh, we're putting new headers also.
Well, we think so. We don't know if they're fitting yet. They might not fit. They probably don't fit.
They probably won't. Because
that's why the other 2 came up and over. So we're probably gonna put the other ones back on, but then I don't know what we're doing. So that's why we need to jack it up and see if they fit. Do I want to throw out a stupid number and say that he spent like 27 grand on this thing? Pretty sure, yeah. I'm not saying this. I'm saying it's retarded, but it does have a lot of nice expensive shit on it.
Looks like it.
I mean, it's got a G-force fucking transmission cross member. I mean, that's $300-400. It's got a 10-volt and no trans brake. So that means it's got line lock somewhere.
Think that's what that button is?
Yeah, it's got to be for one of the 2. Yeah. I guess, I don't know. We're going to do something. Well, clearly we got this turd back together. The 2 push rods that broke before broke within like 3 seconds of it running before last time. Just because it's all cattywampus. And it just kept freaking jarring this freaking thing over. No matter what I did, and it just kept doing one of them. So I just kept doing that, and that's what kept breaking the push rods. Just was doing that.
Yes, we don't like hardened, broken push rods.
But have you ever even seen fucking rockers with an offset like that? I never even really knew they had those like that. Because this thing has all the intake valves are offset inch 1.5.
Yeah.
Which I never even really saw on anything like that. But and apparently he's got to have 210 intake valves. That's insane on a small block. Yes. Whoever built the thing like spent a shit ton of money on it, but it's just like whoever fine-tuned it and adjusted it didn't know what the fuck they were doing. But actually you can see, so this actually, the guide plate
Somebody fixed it.
Well,
one
actually,
time.
somebody
did a repair.
Well, actually, no. Actually, well, I just did that repair. All the guide plates on this thing were cut and made like that. But this one here, I noticed, was like a little off. So I ended up cutting it and moving it out just to give it, because it was kicked over. The way it was kicked over. You know what I'm saying? That way.
Right.
So I cut the guide plate to move it that way to make it straighter. But when I did that, it just keeps sucking it over because it's got the round part on that. The round part on that keeps sucking it over.
Just beating the shit out of
And
it.
then it just keeps sucking it over on that, so.
It was catastrophic disaster.
Right.
Well, something like that, you need lash caps.
What do you mean lash caps?
They're little caps that you put on top of the valves to lift these up. You probably need lash caps.
I never heard of such a thing.
Well, look
What
it
does
up.
that do?
It's a little cap that goes on top that gives you relief, so it doesn't fucking pound this shit.
I thought it was just more or less because it twisted and did that, though.
No, I'm pretty sure you probably need lash caps for this.
I never heard of such a thing.
With these
but-
being so close,
You
here,
don't want
Google
to talk
lash
to
caps. There's a little cap that actually lays on top of that where you can undo this and make more.
And what's this lash cap made out of?
Molly.
Oh, okay. And it just goes over the valve.
It's a little cap that literally lays on top of that.
To make the valve wider or something, you're saying?
You can, yeah, to get that higher. You know? Because it's going to hit.
Well, I don't think it does. That's not the problem. It doesn't get too. It's not. That's not. Because there's plenty of clearance when they go down.
We ran them on big block Chevys and Hemis. I've never seen someone run them on small block Chevys, but the way these things look.
And I understand what you're saying. The rockers that
Yeah.
are fine aren't hitting. So clearly the valves are fucked up and we need to pull the heads off to do this properly. And since that's doing that, it's sucking that over. But since I don't really feel like pulling the heads off right now and changing the valves that I don't have, I got your standard on the vehicle valve spring compressor.
Right.
So I'm just gonna put the valve spring compressor and then turn the fucking valve. Turn the valve the other half of the other way, and then it will suck it in that way.
Yeah. Well,
And then put it back on. You know?
Hope for the best.
Yeah.
You
What's
got
the worst that can happen?
Use some eyes.
What's the worst that can happen, you know? So you figure we'll, like I said, we'll just turn it and see what happens. It can't. I mean, what's it gonna do? Fuck the valve up?
or drop it.
We don't want to drop a valve.
We definitely don't want to drop a valve.
We don't want that to happen.
You know, like my car does.
We definitely don't want to drop a valve.
Knock the keeper down is gonna fucking shoot out and.
Well, no, you just put fucking compression in the cylinder.
Or is the keepers inside there cracked apart?
Right.
And then we'll
Because
just pop that out.
them keepers could come out there and crumble like a cookie.
I mean, I don't think they're coming out.
No, they're gonna have to be pounded out.
You never know.
They're pounded in there pretty good.
Yeah, they're definitely in there, so. I don't know. I couldn't order one retainer or one thing, so I guess I got to take the fucking things out. We'll keep you posted on how things progress, if anything crazy goes on. What's the best way to just shut this bitch off? The red one, just to hit the record button?